Oh well, my name's Warren, and I'd like to introduce you to the Ray Henry over there, who's invented this fine farming apparatus, which once you see in action, you realise that that's what you've been missing in the killing shed all this time. This one particularly is running off a heavy duty battery, which is a deep cycle battery, and it also has got a solar panel connected to that. So it's a standalone operation, but there's nothing wrong with using, that maybe you've got a hot wire hooked up in your killing house or whatever, but using a battery does make it a safer operation than 230 volt power, because there's a bit of water around. So as we can see here, Ray's got the sheep hanging up from the front legs. The throat is being cut. Now Ray's making a Y cut, is what we call a Y cut at the moment, and he's clearing it between both legs, clearing the sheep between both legs, and clearing it around the throat area and as he goes. After killing sheep for well over 50 years, Ray's he's really thought about the operation of his machine and his invention, because anything to make this job easier, especially when you're doing a multiple jobs. There's definitely no fun trying to wrestle them around on the ground, or even just hanging them up from the back legs. So as you see this machine working, you're going to get the gist of just what an awesome thing it really is. You can also take this machine around mobile with you, if you own a slaughtering operation or things like that. So here's Ray's clearing right around the sheep, right down the legs, clearing the belly. And that's what that looks like there. Yep. And here's clearing the legs. Clearing the joints. This really makes doing sheep by yourself, quite easy, and one person could easily get through a mob of sheep in a day, skinning them. I mean, one person could probably do 20 sheep in a day. Probably, maybe even more, Like everything, there is a certain amount of technique involved. People talk about, oh yeah, we're going to, kill a sheep and we're going to skin it and all that there, but I think a lot of people try to downplay the actual, how much work's involved in working with sheep, and it's certainly a lot harder to skin one completely than it is to shear one. So he pulls it down around there. Now he's going to go right down the neck of the sheep. And it makes getting out the tongues easy as well. Things like that when you've got the sheep hanging up from the front legs.
You can also shear them. You can also shear them big rams. You can shear them when just kill them. Don't cut their throats, so there's not too much blood. And then you just start shearing around here and down the valley. Just turn your sheep around, shear it all the way around.
So
You have to skin it. Because of the wool buggers your knife up.
there really is a multiple machine. It's definitely a fantastic invention of Ray's. There's been a lot of trial and error. With these machines to try and get them right. So we've just about got a perfected sort of situation now. He's still just clearing around the neck there. Neck's been completely cleared. Tongue's coming out. There we go. Clearing the throat. Make sure you've cleared the throat, and it's easy, hell of a lot easier doing it like this than wrestling around with it on the ground, that's for sure. Ray's standing up, he's got his back straight. Taking a lot of the stress out of it.
I just want to lift this now.
Okay, I'm going to go over and give Ray a lift. Rightio. Okay, right. Okay. Okay. There we go. That's that. Sheep has now dropped onto the back legs. Here we go. Now Ray's got to lock the legs. It's going to be locked and loaded. Locked and loaded and ready for ripping.
Oops. Turn off my light.
Okay.